Okay, I just started recording. So, the idea of the program, 21 days program, first is for you to get awakening, enlightenment, God realization. And if you already got it, then to raise it up to a new level and to stabilize it at Goloka level where there is no suffering. So we are not exaggerating it because we have already seen it in the previous journey in November how it worked for a few days. So now we have the formula for it, which is actually conducted by the divine, and we are going to implement it into 3 weeks, whether you're actively participating or passively participating. Thereby, you get the state. The state simply depends on your openness and devotion, love to us, and love to the divine. It doesn't depend on you, your state, your characteristics, your nature, your karmas, your astrology, your family, your heritage, your body, the collective, nothing. It just depends on your openness to receive. So when that high state comes in, people who are going to participate actively will be able to sustain even more on a higher level than people who do not sustain, who do not participate actively. But I understand your that you have certain things going on in your life. So so when there is genuine reason, the divine knows, and you will receive the gift, and the process will run during your sleep time, and you will get a big shift. And then detailed workout of karmas, we will do it during summer. And we will have a few homas, the fire rituals. In the fire rituals also you can participate during the month. We will have one possibly this week itself, this weekend, and that also you can come and participate. Okay, we can invite newcomers also into that. Hmm. Now we are not letting in newcomers into the 21 days because we want to set the energy level, and if newcomers come, it will take long time for them to get used to the energy and all this. So that's why we're using this opportunity to set the state. Hmm. Which is a lot of work, which we started on Monday. Actually, we started on the 7th. On the 6th we started the program. So it's actually 28 days. We already started on 6th, and there are a couple of participants who went through the processes. It's very, very powerful, very, very advanced, and it'll be full of celebration, dances, singing, arts, and so on. Hmm? The process itself will be done during the nights, and by the time you're awake by 9 o'clock, like that, it will be more than 9 o'clock. So that's how we are planning for it. Okay, now timing, let me share. So we are karmically clearing off the outer circle of your relatives. That is your parents, siblings, parents, like that. The close members. I just remembered just mentioning. But it will keep advancing. into the community. So as we clear the individual karmas, the collective karmas or the family karma starts affecting us more, and the further relatives karma start affecting us, and then the non-relatives, like friends, colleagues, business partners start affecting us, and then community whom we don't know, right? People whom we do not know start affecting us on various scales, like state, country, and the world. Astrology starts affecting us like that. So we're kind of moving into the outer circle. The only problem is that we need to keep moving. Sorry, Blue is really hyper. Whenever the energy goes high, he's like this, running up and down now. He was like very calm just before. And he's not playing, no one is playing with him, he's playing alone. He's getting tired, he's drinking water, and he's running up and down. So it's actually an infinite route into the karmas. See, your karmas is almost over, or I can say it's completely over as far as individual is concerned, as soon as you're enlightened in the program, whenever you attended the first 3 times. And then we did a little bit of work, and then actually it moves into your loved ones, and then from there on out towards the outer circles. So that is the main understanding that you need to have, because otherwise your mind will say that you have your karmas and you need to continue burning your karmas. It looks like yours because you still have identification with your body, but actually it's collective. So because it's an infinite journey, because once you touch, when you start touching your father, siblings, and loved ones, parents, and all this, you will see it takes years to clear that because they're not participating, right? It was much easier to clear your karmas. And then when we start clearing the community, you'll see it's infinite because the world karma how it is, right? So there is no end to it, but we continue to burn it because we need to expand. But there's no end if we take that as a project. That is not the project of Synarchy, to burn karmas. The project of Synarchy is to set the state for you, and whoever is in love with Radha and Krishna or the divine will have beautiful state and space to live in the dark age known as Kali Yuga, and will be getting ready to move into Satya Yuga. So they will get the state space, and they will get the journeys, multiple times of journeys. They'll get the chance to do the journey so that they can ascend into the higher worlds of Goloka. So that's what we're doing. And we're going to have a handful of people working with us very soon. We already have it. We'll be having thousands and thousands and thousands and millions of people joining us starting from very near future. The research is going really, really deep and fast, and this huge shift in research is taking leaps now, and I will be announcing it in the next 3 weeks, what's going on, all of that. So let me just repeat. If you see on the website, we have something known as Samadhi. We have an article which is written, I think, 2 years back on Samadhi. 3 states of Samadhi. There is Savikalpa Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and Sahaja Samadhi. 3 states of consciousness. And those 3 states of consciousness were already given to you. So there is no need for you to have anything done by you to have that state or sustain in that state. It is a gift from the divine. As I said before, it needs openness, and faith. Openness, faith, which comes from love. love to us and love to the divine. Through that, you get the gift of awakening and the three states where you function differently. Savikalpa Samadhi is where your mind is really active, but you're awakened. Nirvikalpa Samadhi. This is a state where your mind is not active, but you're awake. Sahaja Samadhi is your mind is active and you're awake and you're functional and you're successful. So these are first three stages, I would say. We go further than this also. Hmm? So same like you have had those states and experiences. So we are going to set the state of Goloka state for you. Goloka state is very different from the Samadhi states. But Samadhi states are the foundation for the higher states. Hmm? Unless otherwise you know how to function in Savikalpa Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and Savaja Samadhi, you wouldn't know how to function in Vaikunda or Goloka, the higher worlds. But we will give you the state and then give you the practice for it. Now, in return, how you're going to be participating, I have to channel. Okay, let me channel how it is. Okay, so what I'm getting is you internally have to realize that you have come to the end point of your materialistic life. Hmm? That is just like, when you finish your college and when you come out of the college, you get the graduation degree certificate, and then you feel you're done with your college and you move to work life, right? Same like that. That comes to just as though you're like someone who's dying, how they feel. The states are given not for your afterlife. The states are given for your current life at this point of time. Samadhi is not something after you leave your body, right? You know all of this. So your state is already given, and it is given for you to function in this life at this point of time. So the first pre-qualification is that you recognize your state, and when you recognize, you decide that I have come to an end point of my materialistic life, which is the earth college. Now I'm moving into the higher life, which is Goloka. That decision is extremely important. Otherwise, you'll be like you wouldn't know, because it's an internal journey. You wouldn't know if you're like graduated or not. Okay. So it is very similar to a person who feels that he is about to die. Okay. He'll be like saying goodbye to all the people, or goodbye to his materialistic possessions, renunciation, right? Like that is a very big shift he's having because he's leaving the body. We're going to tell you the story of one of the kings in the past who have gone through 7 days of preparation. We're going to tell you some stories. You'll know what I'm speaking in the journey. So so that time for you is your awakening, the death of your ego, and from that point onwards you are having a new life. Externally you'll still have the same life, means you'll still have the same parents, same children, same partner, same world, same job you may have, right? Internally the life will be changed. When the internal life changes, you will see that the struggles and problems in life slowly vanishes, and the extent to which it vanishes, it depends on you. The speed at which it vanishes depends on me, or the divine. Get it? So that's why in this program I'm allowing the first 2 hours for everyone to come in, all the members. We can talk to each other and call everyone. Just only 2 hours or 3 hours Monday morning, and then you can go. Okay. and then you can be coming on for the free programs we're going to announce. And maybe I will open up some programs if it is okay for others. So the only thing is, when we finish the journey, the frequency will be really high. hmm? The problem when the frequency goes up and when you are not participating, I can tell this to everyone, is that you when you try to enter back into the program, it will be on a much higher level than your state. You get it? So that's why if you see many people who take a gap are not able to come back, because when then life karmas and all take on, and it will be very difficult to get back into the program. We have seen today also, just today we have seen in the morning, same story. We have a huge story to tell you. We'll tell you next week how it works. People who wants to come cannot come, internet is not working, like things like that. Even though they want to come, they are ready to come, but things don't let them come in. That is because of the frequency raise. So that's one problem, that you have to like tune in with the frequency raise that we are going to make somehow. So the way to catch up is come and attend January program 3 days. But this time we are not allowing 3 days participants this month because of the disturbance in the energy systems, the flow and all this. So we don't have 3 days, part 3 days in the 21 days this time. Either you're full on 21 days, or we just run the 21 days here and you can come in next month 3 days. That is end of Jan. Hmm? And then in summer, we'll have the 28 days full day program, just like last year. Okay. So by that time, you'll see so many changes are coming. Hmm? Right. So let me ask Lord Krishna, what else for the participation? Then what Lord Krishna is saying is, understand that there is no problem inside you or in the world. Hmm? What I mean is, in Goloka, when you live in Goloka, you won't have problems. When you are in Goloka, you won't have any issues. It is not a black and white or exaggerated idea that I'm saying, that Lord Krishna is saying, but that's how Goloka is. So, what he's saying is, when you enter into the 21 days, even if you're passively participating, if you enter into the 21 days and trying to manage or dissipate your sufferings like we used to do before, because you have been trained to process, the 21 days is not processing days. That says not journey into golden age, golden body, or journey into it's journey into Goloka, but actually it's life in Goloka. That's the program, life in Goloka. So it's LIG, life in Goloka. So the 7 days processing, we started from 6th, we finish off tomorrow, Sunday. So we are going for temple, Swaminarayan temple, we are going tomorrow morning. So when you come in, if you can come, if you would like to come, please confirm. So by that time we will finish 7 days, and then tomorrow we will enter through the journey, we enter into Goloka. And the 21 days is about celebration only. That is extremely important, he's saying, because if you get into the program and try to manage your suffering, for example, help yourself, remove emotions, heal your body, heal people, heal the world, any of that thing, we will bless the world, we'll help the world, but it is not about clearing the karmas or problems of the world. It may happen, it will happen, but that's not the purpose of the program. Hmm? This is important for your all your future journeys, because even from January onwards, all the journeys will be on that level. That is zero stress level. We have seen it; it is working, so we know it works. Hmm? We are not exaggerating. It'll be your experience. When you're going to attend the next journey, it'll become your experience. Okay? And when even one of you get into that state, then that's it. I will announce to the world it has happened in one person, just one person. It's easy for me to make it happen here, but I'm talking about you all, participants, members. Hmm? So this is like the gift of awakening when I started giving to people, right? When it happened in the first person, then I announced that it's going to happen to the world. So now it's going to happen. Now, also the world blessing will be very powerful. Every day we'll do the world blessing. Okay, now when we reduce world blessing, we have seen suffering goes up. So the world suffering will reduce as we bless more. And every day we'll have I have already uploaded a video of it, 3 hours video, where you can play and bless the world in the mornings. It's already there. I'll share the link for you. So in that way, even if you're passively participating, you can play that in the mornings, and you can play the video at the night. Chakra Marma meditation, please play only if I tell you. Don't play it again in the 21 days. Okay. True self meditation is okay. It's okay. But still, it is not advanced. We're going to have a Goloka meditation now in the near future. Maybe next week itself I'll release. You will have access to some of the videos I'm going to upload. Hmm? So he's saying that once you go through the program, you will be kind of lotus floating above the water. You won't be touching the dirt, even though you are arising out of the dirt. Hmm? That's the program. It's run by Sri Krishna, and it has never happened in journeys. We have never conducted the journey, the your life in Goloka. We have not conducted it before. Nowhere it has been conducted yet, as I know of it. Hmm? It's an entirely new program released, being released, and that will set the stage for the whole year and thereafter. So the idea is to enter on January 31st, December 31st, to enter into January, into the new year in the state. Hmm? So it is just habit. So 21 days, why we fix it is because if you do it for 21 days, it becomes your habit to live without stress. Living with stress and worrying is actually a habituary. There are people who do not have it, right? We all have it because we are brought up in this capitalistic, materialistic system. But it is not that we have to have it. That is the purpose of 21 days, space for 21 days. Hmm? So there is no reason why you cannot attend or why you cannot participate. So passively participating, you can use the videos, play the music, not chakra marma, but you can play it through self. And I'm going to share the 3 hour meditation for you, which is a long one, but you can play it during the sleep. Play the sleep music, share sleep music. If you're not attending, help people out with synarchy music, synarchy meditations. That will help you a lot. Hmm? So save as much as possible. Share the video with your friends. Share the video with your friends. Yeah, hold on, please. Hmm. So my puppies here. Let me see what else. So then the training in these 21 days is for living. Sorry. Excuse me. So the training in these 21 days is for living the state. See, the state that you have got is actually a state where every second, every moment is a completely ecstatic, very, very highly joyous and loving state. Hmm? That's what you have got. So the gift first itself, you'll receive the gift. See, normally the programs we used to do, the last thing you receive the gift. Here, the first thing we receive the gift, enter into Goloka. Within the 2 hours, you'll be entering into Goloka. 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you'll be in Goloka, and then dancing and all this, right? So then, experiencing the life, the very life that you have, every moment of it, enormously ecstatically in the state of Goloka, and life reflecting it to you is life in Goloka. See, which means, see, if I have got so many times of experience, even all the participants I think have received similar experiences, where when we enter into that state, the other person, even if he's a boss, changes very much. I've seen one of my bosses once when I entered into Goloka state, completely started helping me out of the way for things she's never helped. Such an arrogant lady completely became loving in that time when I was in the state, and she started serving me, helping me out, uh, lifting work off me with for no reason. I'm not doing anything, just the state. It is enormously effective. If that is not happening, people are still behaving in a way that you're not liking it, that means you're not in your state. Hmm? So that is the purpose of the 21 days, to experience the state of Goloka, of Radha and Krishna, or your gods, Jesus Christ or Buddha, in your current moment life, every moment life. Which means it is really, I have experienced it. It is a trillion times more powerful than anything we have experienced, even within the programs. I still have not released the power or states into you all in the way Krishna has shown me. Hmm? As you progress, only I can give it to you. But this journey, we are going to do it. So we are going to get into it. So we know it's going to happen. Hmm? So in the previous journeys, we used to be taking you through us with us, and we used to monitor you and make sure that you are entering into that state. For that, we used to come down to your level to raise you up. In the current journey, in the next journey, and in the future journeys, we are not going to focus on people. We are going to focus on the divine. So it's going to be a huge paradigm shift in the next year and thereafter. Hmm? So in that way, we can stay in our states, frequencies, and people will just come in because of that. So we are not going to be client focused like previous. So there will be problems initially because people will not feel they are like they are given attention or something. But we have seen that's how spiritual movements are. That's how spiritual, I mean, leaders are. When we go into such programs, we are never given any personal attention. We just go and get what we want. But mystically, we get personal attention, but not by the person or by the leader. That's how everywhere it is. But we used to do like come to that, how does it, people, we used to come to people, sit with them, and then raise them. What happens is we have to start suffering to that level, and then we get caught up in the cycle, and then it takes time for me also to come out of it. That's how actually I came down from my state, is just to help people. So that change which I made in myself, I'm just going to turn it around into my high states, and I'm going to continue to work and do whatever I have to do, and even others are going to do the same. But the state when I get into, how people are going to get into, is simply attuning into our programs with us. Hmm? So memberships also are going to be elevated, promoted. That is, people who are members, they will receive these states regardless whether they're active or passive. And when they're going to be members, simply by becoming members, they can receive the grace. So we're going to increase the memberships in the next few days and few weeks. We're going to add a lot more members, because that will help them receive the grace, and in the future life will set for them to participate in the programs and be part of the communities. That's what we are heading at, to create the communities. So that also will be forming in the, my puppies. So how the program will be is, you we come into come at 7 o'clock, right? So we are not going to bring the program down to you. Before we used to do that. We used to check how you are, and then we come bring it down to make sure that you also catch up. We used to wait for people to catch up, right? We used to do that a lot last year. This time we're not going to do that. You have to catch up with us. Just like the train, keep running. We have to get in. That's how it's going to be. Hold on. So it's going to be, actually it's going to be really simple, because it's going to be dancing, singing, and darshans and rituals and experiences, that is going to nature, being in the nature if it is possible. Otherwise, internally being in nature, experiencing the divine, training for experiencing the divine love, training to experience the divine joy, divine compassion. That's how the program is. Training how to work in intelligence of the divine, creativity, art, all of that. So the suffering will be handled well if you're an active participant, and every day you can write the problems down, and during the darshan, every day you'll have darshan. Every day the program starts with darshan, it ends in darshan. It's all the time in darshan. We're going to enter into that peak time. The last 10 minutes of the previous journeys, we're going to expand those 10 minutes into the program, right? So before we used to spend 36 hours, and out of 36 hours, last 10 minutes only, that is maybe 1% or 0.1% of the program, we used to have the high state. That 0.1% we expand into 100%. That's a very, very advanced program. So it's also designed in a way that if you like to participate, that is register and participate without participating, then you can have your life experience as the program. That is live training. That is, you come in the morning, we start maybe at 4:30 a.m. and we finish up at 8:30. So you have your life, you have your life, whatever. You enter into your life, that life becomes your program. You go through it, you'll see that the state is working there, and then evening you come for darshan, and then you'll see that it goes on. That is, it continues. This is a possibility. We have I have experimented it. I have seen it so many times, so many people. Experimented means not as kind of an trying to see if it works. Experimented means we have made it work a few times, so we know it works. Hmm? So that's a possibility. That's it. There's no reason really to be out of the program. So this is very real. I'm just saying it again and again. If you stay out of the program, I'm not like kind of, how do you say, projecting into the fear. I'm not putting fear in you or something, right? I'm showing you the experience which you have seen in Synarchy. People who stay out of the program for a couple of journeys, when they come back, they cannot enter because of the frequency. Hmm? So that is one thing. But for you all who are watching this, won't be a problem. I'm not speaking about you, okay? But I'm speaking about who are not watching this, who are not even passively participating, okay? For them especially, and recommended for you to also to be an active participant, or active passive participant. Hold on, please. Okay, hold on, please. We have a participant coming in. Hold on. So that's the nature of our program, where we take leaps and bounds in energies. Right? We believe that is going to be set on a high level where we can sustain for a long, long period of time this journey, 21 days. That happens, then there won't be these leaps happening. Hmm? But until then, even then, there will be leaps. In Goloka, there are leaps. So it's kind of a community that we are seeking, where people can travel with us. Hmm? So there are people who are not active, but still they're traveling with us. So we're not saying be 100% with us, but internally, if you're all with us, you'll still have the same effect. Okay, so we have a person coming in. Hold on.